two things that are bad. They're bad for you. I'm gonna spread some enlightenment all around. So watch out, because there's enlightenment coming. It's coming, baby. Two of the worst things that are out there. Well, there's smoking, which is horrible for you, and then there's Coke and Pepsi, like dark colas. They're really bad for you. I'll get into colas first, because it's really bad. Most people don't think when you drink a can of Coke or Pepsi, right? It's like that tall. This much of it is sugar, just poured straight in, like just that much sugar. And the reason it's not very sweet is because they add a lot of other things to balance it out, so that you're getting this massive dose of sugar. So when you drink it, you're like fucking, flying all over the place, and you don't understand why, because there's not a lot of sugar in it, right? Coke and Pepsi, their main ingredient is phosphoric acid. Who doesn't enjoy when in a hot day when you slam down a Coke, and when you get that burning feeling, you're like, it is nice, but your body, to break down phosphoric acid, needs calcium, and the only place that calcium is readily available is your bones, so it takes it right out of your bones. And, girls especially are susceptible. If you drink Coke or Pepsi when you're a young girl, you're 3 times as likely to break a bone as you are a girl who doesn't drink Coke or Pepsi. So it's crazy. You gotta watch out. That shit is so bad for you. They have to, when they ship it, they have a biohazard warning on the truck to let people know. If you put a steak in Coke or Pepsi, it'll dissolve. I think Coke is even worse. It'll dissolve in like something like 6 hours or 8 hours, like to nothing. I know that I read. I don't know if this is all true, but I'm just gonna list it off. Police officers in the States carry a liter of Coke with them, because if there's a highway accident or somebody hits an animal, they pour the Coke all over the road and it just eats up the blood. Like, you can take a can of Coke and dump it into your toilet, into your bowl, and leave it over like for an hour and flush. It'll fucking destroy everything, like anything that's in there. Shit is so bad for you. Like, I can't even imagine what it does to your stomach after drinking it for years and years and years. Like, it's the list of bad things that shit will do to you is like ridiculous. So yeah, you'll have like every time you drink that much sugar, it's really bad for your pancreas. Your pancreas gives you insulin, so your pancreas is supposed to give you insulin if you need it, because believe it or not, this is cool. If you had no pancreas, you had one piece of sugar, you would die, because you can't regulate, right? So basically hitting up your pancreas all the time for more insulin eventually leads to your pancreas having problems, and it leads to like diabetes and stuff like that. So you really got to watch out. That's not good for you at all. It's bad, very bad. And the other thing is, smoking is terrible for you too. And when you smoke, to fight what you're doing to yourself, your body needs vitamin C. So if you do smoke, you should at least try to get vitamin C, more vitamin C in your diet than you need, because if your body to fight like the toxins that you're throwing in there, you need vitamin C. Vitamin C in really concentrated forms has been known to slow down cancer. It's it's pretty powerful shit, man. It's pretty kick-ass. I like this little interesting factoids about, like when you die, your body, a lot of your organs start digesting themselves, like right away. It's almost like, well, time to close up shop and just make this body as small as possible. And I guess there's an electric charge that stays in your brain for like, I think months after you die, which is kind of neat. You can sit up and moan when you're dead. If you have gas, I guess you can moan. Corpses have been known to sit up. It happens. My mom used to work at a morgue. She used to tell me, like, weird stuff doesn't happen all the time, but occasionally, So imagine you're the new morgue guy, and no one's told you this. So you go pull out the old drawer to see what Ethel looks like, and scary. So yeah, try to watch out for Coke will kill you, and so will smoking, but so will being alive eventually. But people say, "Oh, I'm going to smoke because I'm going to die anyway." But if you have 2 lives to live, one where you treat yourself fairly well and you take care of yourself, do the extra exercises and don't smoke, don't drink too much, and you're 80, or if you have your other life where you're partying all the time, doing the drinking, the drugs, the smoking, and you're 80, the two are going to be like night and day. Your 80-year-old guy who took care of himself is going to, he's going to be 80, of course, but he's going to find that he's got a lot of years left to go. He's like unless something else happens. Then again, life's funny that way. You can take care of yourself forever and then just, get cancer just because you're vulnerable to it or something fluky happens. And then the guy who smokes will actually outlive you by like 10 years or 20 years or something stupid like that. But it should be that. Smoking doesn't. It's short term, it's pretty bad, but long term, like you got to think eventually you're going to be old unless something bad happens, right? You're eventually going to be old and have to deal with all the consequences you're doing to yourself now. The beautiful part is I'm 28. By the time I'm like 80 or 90, I don't even know what the technology is going to be like. So I could probably start smoking now and smoke hard my whole life, and it won't affect me because by the time I'm old, nanites will be cruising your blood looking for antioxidant or oxidant, those oxidized, those guys, those things, looking for them and eating them and stuff. And you'll have like nanites that'll be going through your lungs and get rid of tar and fixing, it'll stop a heart attack before it even happens. Like the nanites will know something's clogged and they'll go in and like chew through a clot or an aneurysm, all that shit. All that stuff would be really cool. It'll also alert. You probably go in and the nanites will gather information about your body. They're little tiny machines that crawl around in your blood, in case you don't know. And they'll probably, like, you can go in for a checkup where you put your finger in a computer reticle and they'll give a report saying his pulse was up this much, his blood pressure was down this much, his salts, his sugars, everything really. It was a white blood count, like all that shit. So yeah, just take care of yourself. Watch out for McDonald's too. It's one of the worst things you can eat. Beer has a lot of calories. Hard stuff like vodka and rum and shit like that has like no calories. So if you want to drink something, drink hard stuff. Drink it straight. It's good for you. Rum and Coke, it's good, but try rum and ginger ale, or rye and ginger ale. That's a really good drink. Yeah, I'm just on here. I don't know, just giving advice. Don't ask me why. I feel like helping people. I like helping people who help people.